Hello everyone, are you ready for the big decision to push your life in a new direction? Well, it's coming in any case because the lunar and solar eclipses are here for everyone in September 2025. How's it going to be for you and how will it impact and what are the time scales? It's all on the video. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's go. First of all, everybody, let's understand, when will we feel the influence of these eclipses? What are the time scales to show when these big changes take place? The full moon lunar eclipse takes place on the 7th of September, and 2 weeks later, the partial solar eclipse happens on the 21st. But do the events just happen bang on these dates? No. Lunar eclipse is nearer to the date, definitely. Nearer to the 7th of September, there is a revelation. It's about enlightening you. Lunar eclipse is emotional, cathartic. You find something out, you find the truth of some situation. This time, by the way, it can be helpful. I'm going to speak about that in a minute. But the solar eclipse is a darkening of the truth, not the same situation. This is something completely different. Because the sun, which is truth, is being eclipsed. Something is not clear. People get phobic, a little bit panicky, a little bit, oh, what do I do now? There's a big roadblock coming up. Very often there's a build-up towards solar eclipse. This time between lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse, it's a bit like a no man's land. It's like a shifting sand time. It's called the shadow of the eclipse. And these 2 weeks between the 7th and the 21st, it's hard to start things, hard to get things settled, hard to make an impact because the solar eclipse is shifting everything. It's like we're all on shaky ground, metaphysically speaking. Don't forget, solar eclipse, you don't have full information. It's not what it seems, whatever is blocking you. It's not full information. But don't worry, the veil lifts a few weeks after this. And definitely, there are still further times during the next 6 months when this eclipse has a strong impact on everybody, because eclipses continue to influence for 6 months. So not the lunar eclipse this time, but the solar eclipse will continue to impact everybody for the next 6 months. I'm going to talk about those dates when I look at the actual astrology in a minute. One last thing, a tip: it's not auspicious to physically view eclipses. So I wouldn't advise looking physically at the lunar or partial solar eclipse if you are able to where you live. I would advise don't do that. Let's check the astrology. 7th of September, everybody, it's perfectly straightforward. We have Rahu with the moon, and we have the sun with Ketu and Buddha Mercury. And this is the thing. This lunar eclipse is bringing forth some very important information, Buddha, which is connected to the past, something which has been on your mind for some time. You're going to get revealing information about it near to the 7th of September. But the good news is that Jupiter has his full aspect on to this eclipse, Rahu, the moon, this lunar eclipse. And this is helpful because it will help everybody to integrate this information. But the solar eclipse, which is exactly 21st of September, is anything but straightforward, but it doesn't manifest bang on the date. Check what I said at the beginning of the video if you didn't hear it. It's going to start to give an uneasy feeling, a bit of uncertainty in the weeks preceding the 21st of September. But the eclipse itself is complicated. Ketu is the eclipsing factor, south node of the moon with Venus, but in Leo sign. But the sun and the moon being the actual eclipse, the new moon, partial solar eclipse, are in Virgo, not in Leo. And of course, once again, they are with Mercury. So this eclipse is happening over 2 signs in the sidereal zodiac. So we have Saturn retrograde at 4 degrees Pisces, having his direct dristy onto the sun and the moon. And Saturn's direct aspect here means there's a roadblock Saturn happening at this solar eclipse. Sometimes that can happen, but here it's a major factor of this particular solar eclipse. Something which you'd wanted to do, hoped to do, planned to do, it's being stopped or it's being delayed. And it's also a bit unnerving because K2 is behind the sun moon in a completely different sign. Because Venus is with K2. Don't take this too literally. This does not mean there's going to be a whole pile of people getting divorced or people are going to have some ex-partner K2 coming up and getting in touch. That depends on the individual chart. But what we will see is that it's difficult to cooperate Venus with other people during this solar eclipse. It's very difficult indeed. Because Venus is the social glue that keeps people cooperating, trusting each other, being open, being honest, being fair. Venus, when he gets with K2, when he is afflicted like this at an eclipse, people feel that they are being cheated, that people are not being open, that things are being hidden. People become mistrustful in any situation. It can be friendships, it can be relationships, it could be business. People don't trust other people because of this eclipsing factor. Even though you may feel the big impulse to have a heart-to-heart with your spouse, or have a heart-to-heart with your girlfriend, boyfriend, even have a heart-to-heart with the boss, superior, who knows? Get together with your friends and talk about past issues. There will be misunderstandings because it's a solar eclipse. The thing to understand is that eclipses take 6 months to continue to influence us, and this solar eclipse will not be completely unraveled, dealt with until the next eclipse, which will be in the springtime. But a very important juncture will come. And a key date to be aware of is January 26, because in January 26, Saturn will be back again at 4 degrees Pisces, exactly here. January 26, the first week, but he will be going direct then. And that's when this will open up. You will get the information, you will be able to make a decision or leave the past behind. So all of this difficulty and complication will slowly, definitely dissipate. How to use the readings, everybody. Vedic astrology, sidereal horoscope only. Find your ascending sign and your moon sign. Read from both. If you don't know what they are, try the link below to a website, Deva Guru. Put in your birth data and bring up moon and ascendant for yourself. For Aries moon and Aries ascendant both, this lunar eclipse, 7th of September, near to that time, you get the information you've needed. What about? About your ambitions, your job, your promotion, income, interviews, anything to do with money coming to you, you will get the information near to this date. You may get some startling revelations about friendship, network circles, colleagues at your workplace, something shifting, and you find the truth about it during this eclipse. There may definitely be sibling issues coming up because Guru aspects from 3rd house. So younger siblings, older siblings, any sibling connections, occasionally cousins, but it's mostly siblings. They're going to tell you something. You're going to find out something about them that is very important for you to know. Because Rahu is working so well for you, this is the information you have needed that will push you forward. It resolves some long-standing complication and it's extremely helpful for you. And because, of course, it is coming from the 5th house as well, connections with children, home issues occasionally, but children's issues or educational issues, there is new information as well. Is there any negative side to it? Well, yes, because Guru aspects from your third house, and third house Guru goes over the top. So you may become a little bit reactive during this time with your friends, with your work colleagues, with your siblings even. Take it easy. Don't overreact. You can incorporate this information favorably for your future. Solar eclipse at the end of September affects the 5th house, 6th house, and Venus. It's affecting educational concerns, children's concerns, health concerns, and romantic relationships and business. So a sudden, unexpected blockage comes up, problem comes up. This can be educational, connected to your kids, as I say, connected to your health or to workplace stress as well. And it definitely impacts intimate personal relationships. So it's a very difficult time to negotiate because everything is obscured. So don't make sudden reactions to kids' concerns, educational concerns, or even business or romantic problems. Just wait this out. And it's a difficult time to negotiate as well. Check what I said beginning of the video about solar eclipse. People don't listen to each other. There's a feeling of mistrust coming into intimate relationship situations. So in any of the areas I have just mentioned, you feel cornered, contained, like you've been stopped in your tracks, like there's a really big obstacle. Don't become overreactive. By January, at the beginning of Jan, there's a definite revelation which will show you the way forward. Taurus, moon and ascendant, the lunar eclipse takes place in Aquarius, the 10th house of your chart, and it's all about information connected to career, ambitions, and the workplace. But it can connect to your home life as well. So it's about work-home balance. Where do you work? How do you pace yourself? How much work should you take on? So many things become crystal clear to you during this lunar eclipse cycle. Some of you even feel as though workload is affecting health because 4th house is about feeling of well-being, happiness. So it's a juggling factor. You will make very important and clear decisions actually in regard to career, work and home life with this new information during the lunar eclipse in September. And because Guru aspects from your 2nd house finances, this will shake up how you see finances in connection to career. Perhaps it's about not expecting so much money, but having feeling of happiness and contentment, or maybe it's about finding a way to maximize career success and financial potential. But either way, you're going to make good decisions. Now, the solar eclipse takes place with K2, with Venus, your Lord, in the 4th house of your chart. There's a 5th house influence as well. This means you're going to find creative solutions to a stuck situation. There's a feeling of dealing with past issues as well, connected to home situation, connected to family, maybe mother as well. And there's this unexpected obstacle coming, which makes you feel stuck, as though you just can't make the changes you need to make. And you have to confront something in relation to the past as well. And it's a bit tricky. It's about family affairs, definitely home life, but it's also about life direction. Can you continue on with the past dragging you back? That's a thing. So if you get blocked about property issues, domestic concerns, home life, family concerns, all of these things, stay calm. You will get through this sticky time. So don't feel as though all of your plans have been ripped to shreds. There is new information coming, especially at the beginning of January 26, when everything begins to make sense. And then you can certainly move forward. For Gemini moon, Gemini ascendant, the lunar eclipse is enlightening you about ninth house matters. What does this mean? It means connections to superiors, to the boss, possibly to guru or teacher, someone who is guiding you, even someone who is giving you advice. So somebody such as this, even father occasionally, may tell you something, show you something which is totally enlightening to you during this period. For students, there's important information about educational course. Now you can make a decision. Now you are thinking of things that you didn't think about before. In connection to foreign business, foreign trade as well, there is enlightening information. Sometimes you get a change of track. Suddenly it becomes obvious to you what you have to do in regard to your future well-being. And this can be in any area whatsoever where you may have been given advice, or you find something out, maybe online, maybe through friends, connection, anything. But something shows you that the future is going to be different to how you thought before. And it's good news. Why? Because Jupiter aspects this lunar eclipse, and Jupiter is in Gemini. So this is a whole step forward into a completely different landscape. Take it. It's extremely beneficial. But after this, as we get closer to the solar eclipse, something else happens. You've got to be very careful about your communication getting up to the 21st of September. And particularly in connection to romantic relationships or somebody who you have a romantic attraction to, potentially some of you as well. This could impact connection to children as well. So thing is though, you are speaking in a very emotional way and disturbances come in. It could affect siblings even, or local neighborhood issues. What's happening? Solar eclipse happens in the 3rd house of your horoscope. But it's also going to impact home affairs. So changes about traveling, perhaps the end of September, changes about domestic issues, family concerns, siblings concerns are being stuck, and you're hearing something or finding out something that is seeming to block forward motion. So any plan connected to romance, starting relationships, finding a new partner, connection to travel plans, and certainly connected to your siblings or your neighborhood, something unnerving comes up and you don't know quite what to do about it. But don't suddenly cut off relationships. Don't make overreactive solutions here. Don't have major do or die situations with your siblings or your neighbors. Hold on, because by January, as I spoke beginning of the video, January 26th, you get more information and everything suddenly unpicks itself. So it's not a block to your future. It just looks like it is. The Cancer Moon in Ascendant, the enlightening information, the revelation, the sudden spotlights going off for you in connection to your financial situation in your partnership, finance, and your business affairs. And definitely in relation to family affairs. This can affect long-term chronic health issues some of you may be suffering from as well. So there is new information. There is an enlightening moment coming up as you get to the 7th of September that makes you think, oh no, I've been going about this whole situation in the completely wrong way. And it's really helpful to you because now you can stop being so anxious about it, and you may get information from family members or the in-laws or even spouse occasionally here, but it's about financial concerns and future security. And business people, it's really big. So you may even tear up business plans, start again, have a whole new outlook. You may shut down business which is not working or part of it, and it's all lucrative and good. you may change investments, and many of you make a very good decision in regard to chronic health issues now. This information is enormously helpful to you. And then the solar eclipse obscures some future hope. Now, this is not in connection to what you have finished at the beginning of September. Those plans stay solid. There's a blockage happening in connection to communication with significant others, fathers, siblings, neighbors, even friendship network circles get involved at this solar eclipse for Cancer, Moon, and Ascendant. Don't get into emotional confrontations. You may feel as though you've made a decision and you're moving on, and now people are blocking you. Circumstances are blocking you, but it's temporary. Do not fear. Unexpected hitches, roadblocks about property sales, domestic move, changes, renovations. You feel really blocked, and this makes you feel hugely anxious. Calm yourself down, Cancer, Moon, and Ascendant. Very soon it starts to unravel quickly as this solar eclipse dissipates. And by January 26, you get the information to help you move through this. Have no fear. For Leo, Moon, and Ascendant, it's all about your relationships and the way you deal with your business partner. In fact, the way you deal with everybody, because it's happening in the 7th house. The lunar eclipse shows that you're going to find out information from significant other person in your life. This is a big aha moment when you and spouse have an intimate conversation that brings everything up, everything out into the open, and there's a complete clarification of your future together. It's so important. And this can happen with girlfriend, boyfriend as well, but it's particularly pertinent for long-term established relationships, and for business situation, it's huge. You get a sudden clarification about marketplace opportunities, and it's good. It's helpful because guru aspects, Jupiter aspects, suddenly you're going to ditch the whole business plan and just switch it around and start doing it differently from this lunar eclipse near to the 7th of September. It's very important, though, that you listen to others, that you take others' advice, that you become more flexible. You know, Leos can be a bit stuck, a bit like I have to do it this way. Become flexible in all these situations, relationship, business particularly, and these are wonderful solutions to bring more harmony and purpose into your life. Leo solar eclipse, of course, K2 is in your 1st house. It's about letting go of the past. It's about relinquishing past tendencies as well. So it's a very transformative solar eclipse, but it happens with Venus, the Lord of your 10th house. There's a blockage in the career, in the ambitions. Maybe superiors are causing you some concern, or you just can't get into agreement in your business marketplace endeavors either. This is not about decision understanding that you came to at the beginning of the month. No, this is something different. This is some blockage coming on. Suddenly you are feeling extra frustrated, and it will affect your health. Be really careful to keep yourself stress-free, and don't get into negative confrontations with anybody whatsoever, particularly family, partner, and perhaps in-laws, especially during this solar eclipse period at the end of September. Because these career, business, or even relationship blockages are going to dissipate completely after January 26. Don't forget what I said beginning of the video. It's not clear. You do not have all the information to make a big change, not just yet. Virgo, Moon, and Ascendant, it's the workplace. It's your daily routine that's changing because you finally get to hear something you've needed to hear that will reduce, actually, some of the tremendous workplace stress you've been really experiencing during the last 6 months. You may finally make a decision about leaving a job, changing a job, just doing it all differently, or you get the information that makes it patently clear what next steps have to be. And some of you get health information that's going to help you make a good decision about your health. Suddenly, you know exactly what you have to do, and it's really helpful for forward planning about health concerns, even pets concerns, small animals. It's a very informative and helpful, actually, lunar eclipse, a big decision which is good and gets you on the right track, can be made near to the beginning of September. That was all quite positive. And then the solar eclipse at the end of September is a little bit unnerving for you. Something new's coming up. And it's coming in a very strange way because Sun and the Moon are in your sign at this 21st of September solar eclipse. But K2, the eclipsing factor, is in the sign behind. It's like there's something secretive going on. You don't feel like people are being honest with you, open with you. You feel like there's some deception going on even. Calm down. It's not what it seems. Be very clear with your partner because Saturn is in 7th house and is in a direct opposition to Sun, Moon in your sign. There is misunderstanding, roadblocks happening between you and your intimate partner. And students are coming up against a big roadblock, confusing situation in regard to education. If you have business concerns as well, there's a big roadblock now. What is this about? And it's definitely connected to foreign trade, some of you as well. But in all these issues, you don't need to be so anxious. It's not clear. Things are being obscured. Check what I said about solar eclipse beginning of the video. Nobody's being open with anybody. Everybody's feeling a bit phobic, a bit on edge. Calm down. Don't make big decisions near to the end of September. It's really important because from January onwards, Saturn again will come to this exact degree in Pisces, opposite to your sign, and you will know what to do. You will have all the information to make good decisions about education, business, foreign trade, and relationships. It becomes crystal clear. There's a much better understanding about relationships. And the final point, of course, is that Sun and the Moon with Saturn opposing could affect health issues as well for you. You become a bit worried about it. Past health issue, K2 coming up again, all of this. You will find the truth about it in January and it will not be what it seems. So keep calm at this time. For Libra Moon, Libra Ascendant, are you a student of any sort? Are you on any educational course, learning, experience, skill-based training, anything? It's going to switch around at this lunar eclipse, 7th of September. You're going to find out the truth about this education course. You're going to learn something about it, about yourself, about what you are capable of, and what is involved in this education experience. Do you commit or not? Lunar eclipse makes so many things clear to you. It is really helpful indeed. But it's not just about students, it's about romantic affairs as well. You're going to hear something from a relationship partner. You're going to have a deep heart-to-heart and make a definite commitment or not in a romantic situation as well, many of you. But this is the sort of thing which Librans like, heart-to-heart, talking it out, getting to the truth of a situation. You can actually go well with this. You take it in a very good light because you hate things to be hidden. And if you are a creative person doing any artistic, musical, artistic endeavor, whatever it is, you make a decision. You switch it around. You do it differently in a positive way. That will be very lucrative for you actually at this lunar eclipse. You ditch the past way of doing things and you find the right way forward. And you may get information from your children, of course, depending on their age, some long-standing concern about them. You finally know the truth of the situation. This is helpful. And the solar eclipse at the end of the month, you see, this is where you have to make a big decision because your Lord Venus is involved with K2 at this solar eclipse. So it is your decision, even if it feels as though something unexpected is forcing you into a corner. Some of you may feel this. It's in relation to job income. You know for some time that you can't go on with some expected income change. It is just not what you really want. So job interview, promotion, it just gets taken out of your hands. Some of you near to this solar eclipse. But it's actually a good thing because Venus means you need to let go of something which has been draining you for some time. Now is the time when you're being forced into it slightly because solar eclipse is sudden. Something unexpected forces you into a bit of a corner. But it's actually going to be favorable for you. Don't become, oh no, now I've got to give up on something which I've been hoping to do. Really, it's about the fact that it's not your decision anymore. That's the thing. Don't worry about it because actually new source of income comes after January 26 in a much more happy and lucrative way for you. So maybe some old source of income just dries up. Maybe you know that something which you'd aim to do work-wise was not really the best thing for you anyway. Don't become anxious about it. After January 26, all the information becomes available and you are happy to move forward. Scorpio moon and ascendant, you've wanted the information for some time. What do you do about a difficult domestic or home situation? Whether it's moving, renovating, buying a home, renting a home, changing the home, something about a domestic situation is going to come to the crux during this lunar eclipse on the 7th of September. Some of you, it connects to a job work commitment you've taken on. It's all too much and you know something has to go. And it's affecting your health as well because Guru is impacting from the 8th house. So it's good that you par everything down doing what is good for you long term rather than overburdening yourself. So good informed decisions can be made at this lunar eclipse near to the 7th of September. For some of you, secrets come out because Guru from the secretive 8th house influences secrets about family affairs, perhaps mother or maybe mother's health is a problem, things such as that. But domestic family affairs, maybe past issues as well, are coming up at this lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse is going to impact you through your work career and perhaps potentially through your work colleagues as well. Something unexpected comes up, something a bit out of the blue that makes you think, whoa, now what do I do about this? And it may impact business people as well, business affairs, because Venus is involved. Definitely spouse, partner could be having sudden issues, definitely, because Venus connects to your partnership house. So that can be another aspect of this solar eclipse coming up. The thing is, it's a very special solar eclipse here because K2 is co-lord Scorpio, Venus is your 7th lord. You and your partner have to make a decision about the future, but you're being forced into it by outside considerations. And you think, right now we have to take this big issue which has been there so long between us and sort it out. But it's a solar eclipse. Check what I said beginning of the video. All the information is not there. So be really cautious. Don't become all or nothing about relationships. Don't become all or nothing about job, career. And don't make sudden decisions. Talk it through with your partner, with your business partner, with your colleagues, even with the boss. But don't make all or nothing decisions. That's the key. during this solar eclipse. It's a time when you personally, by the way, have to be supportive of your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, perhaps even the boss, needs you to put in extra hours or something. Something has happened which you have to respond to. That's okay. Everything's going to be very clear how it's going to impact you from January onwards. So don't make precipitous workplace decision or relationship decisions, definitely, until this solar eclipse dissipates. Sagittarius, moon and ascendant. This lunar eclipse lights up the third house where Rahu's really favorable for you, giving you the go-ahead in relation to interviews, starting afresh, new jobs, communication, and giving you powerful impact on significant others. The thing is, it's a big decision time as well, but you can make it because you get significant information. Where is it coming from? The boss, father, perhaps, siblings, maybe even colleague network circles. You're hearing something which makes you absolutely certain about next move. And it's very important for relationships because Jupiter, your Lord, aspects this lunar eclipse. You can make future plans about foreign concerns, foreign business and business matters. It's really good for business people. Wow, this is the marketplace information you've been waiting for. Here it is. It's up to you. And it's a good time for a heart-to-heart with your spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend. It's really up to you again to take the initiative here because your communication is so powerful and really impacts so many people strongly during this lunar eclipse. And then after all of that positivity, the solar eclipse comes on. And this is a bit strange. All of a sudden, you're getting some obscured information about something different, perhaps particularly concerned to education, teachers, gurus, lecturers, students, definitely, and also in connection to professional advisors like financial advisors, maybe medical advice, and you don't know what to make of this. So solar eclipse can be very confusing for you because teachers, lecturers, people in authority and the boss, definitely superiors, are giving very strange, very much obscured information. You are not getting the whole picture. There's a lot of manipulation going on at this solar eclipse. Step back from it and definitely don't take it too personally. It's not a good time to get advice from advisors, financial advice, maybe educational advice, of course, definitely, maybe advice in relation to your health issues. What should you do? Take the advice, but get a second opinion. That will help. And definitely, by the time you get to January 26, all of these obstacles go and you get the absolutely good information which will help you to make good health decisions, business decisions, and educational decisions. But it's very confusing at this solar eclipse. Capricorn, moon and ascendant, get the financial advice, get the investment advice, get maybe concerns about family, wills, legacies, inheritance. You get all the information that you've needed so long near to this lunar eclipse, 7th of September 25. And it's good news, definitely good news. And you feel like, good, now I can go ahead and sort out this financial mess I'm in. But the issue is, as I said beginning of the video, this time between 7th of September and the solar eclipse, 21st, is like a no man's land. It's really shaky ground. It gets more and more confusing the nearer we get to the solar eclipse at the end of September. So best advice, take those big financial business decisions in October when all of this confusion has completely dissipated, or at least you have been through the information from the solar eclipse. Because the solar eclipse, 21st September, near to that time, there's a roadblock. Suddenly you can't do that investment, so it looks like. You can't settle the business concern. The world's legacy, so there's a big hurdle, something unexpected, and it all becomes very much about mistrust and who can you believe anymore. Things are not what they seem. All the information is not there. Sometimes it may be manipulated. People may be not being overtly honest. Occasionally that can happen, but don't take that for granted. It could just be that things are just obscured. So just like Sagittarius, it's not the best time to get advice. It's not the best time to go for health consultations, financial consultations, educational consultations, because students get very worried about the course near to this solar eclipse. Of course, it's important to go for consultations, particularly health consultations if you have them, everyone. But the thing is, there will be confusion. There may be, stopped appointments or lost appointments, or what you hear is just really confusing and you can't make any sense of it. And that goes for educational concerns and business concerns connected to foreign shores, by the way. So there's a lot of confusion, business-wise, health-wise, education-wise. What on earth should you do? Basically nothing. Let it be. When you get to January 26th, you will get the correct information, or at least you'll be able to make sense of this information so it's working smoothly for you. Aquarius, moon and ascendant, it's all happening in your sign. The lunar eclipse happens in your moon sign or your ascendant sign. What is this doing? It's making you very, very emotional, very, very focused on making an important decision as well. You may get information from your business partner, spouse, virtually anybody. It can come from anywhere because it's coming towards you, which is a little bit startling, but which makes everything very clear to you. And it's definitely going to impact health concerns. It's going to influence business decisions and intimate partner relationships. But it's useful information. It's what you've needed to hear. And finally, you will be in a very, very strong position to tell other people how you feel about these concerns. A lot of really heart-to-heart conversations going to be going on for Aquarius, moon and ascendant people. And it's good for connecting to your kids as well. Perhaps information connected to them or to educational cause comes into it. But it's a clarifying situation. It's the information you've needed to hear, and you are very, very enlivened by it. You had a bit emotional, but Aquarians know how to contain the emotions when they have to. You will make an informed decision. Then the solar eclipse comes along and Venus is involved with Ketu in your 7th house, so that everything which you have decided seems to be taken out of your hands by some unexpected factor near to the end of September. But don't worry about this. It's not going to change that decision which you had to take at the beginning of the month. And this affects students as well, because you made a decision about the educational situation beginning of September. You were feeling okay about it, and then there's this weird stuff coming up at the end of September. What do? Nothing. You do not have the information. Let it be. And in relationships, it's big time. There's a lot of confusion. All of a sudden, you made a decision and other people were fine about your decision, and now they're not. That's the basic situation happening at the solar eclipse for Aquarius, moon and ascendant. So be very cautious in your intimate relationships, in your business relationships as well. Be really cautious, because there is misunderstanding. There may be a little bit of manipulation going on. It's not very clear. Everything is obscured. Solar eclipse makes everybody feel a little bit fearful and edgy. So hold with this. Don't get into confrontations at this point with your spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, or with a business colleague. It's really important to hold back and be self-contained near to this solar eclipse, no matter how confusing things are. Because don't forget, everybody's feeling a bit phobic, confused, on edge, mistrustful in their relationships and big concerns in life. Basically, everybody's feeling it. It feels like it's you, but it's actually everybody. That's the thing. So get yourself a little bit detached. You can do that very well. So that when the next few weeks lift a little bit of this confusion, you will feel much better. And definitely by January 26, all of this relationship, business, and educational confusion will completely go away. Pisces, moon and ascendant. The lunar eclipse takes place in your 12th house where Rahu is transiting. It's a very difficult place to have a lunar eclipse because it's about unconscious factors, subconscious factors, secrets, and hidden information. But you can use it. That's the thing. You may have an important dream that makes you see, wow, I know what to do. You may hear hidden secret information from some strange source that gives you the information you have needed. And what is the information about? Workload. How much work do you do? It's about workplace stress. It's about health issues. You are not feeling good. You're feeling overburdened and stressed, particularly moon in Pisces. Feel this. You're taking on too much and it's not the right workload for you. What should you do? You will get a clear indication at this lunar eclipse how to cut back, how to declutter, how to make everything work for you. So move ahead. It's the definite right decision. But having made that helpful and good decision for you because Jupiter, your Lord, was helping you see things clearly, all of a sudden other people are becoming petty, confused, difficult, and roadblocks begin to come up at the solar eclipse, 21st of September. It's going to affect spousal relationships, business, health concerns, maybe even concerns with your pets, small animals, some of you. So it's quite a stressful solar eclipse because partner may be having health issues, money concerns, business people may be having concerns about their business partners, pets, as I say, small animals may be having issues as well. And it all seems to be coming towards you, coming towards Pisces. It's mounting up stress onto you. So what should Pisces, moon and ascendant do? Take a deep breath, meditate, relax, get away from it. Do not get into a single face-to-face confrontation that you can avoid. That's the clue. Because if you do, Rahu Ketu in Dustana houses to your moon and ascendant just really mount up agitation and could even make you sick, actually. Don't do it. Guess what? You're going to be fine because as this eclipse dissipates, you will get the right information and powerfully by January 26. See what I said earlier on in this video? This solar eclipse confusion, misinformation will be blasted away and you will definitely benefit. Check all the other transits happening now, Saturn going into Pisces and the predictions for the month ahead. The playlist is on your screen. And of course, don't forget to sub to my channel if you're new. Goodbye for now and God bless you all.